Hello, I'm Julia Cordova. Thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel and liking my videos. I super appreciate it. So yesterday I published a happy hour that I did with Jimmy Jude and two amazing charity auction winners who are not only extremely generous, but also extremely freaking sharp. So I hope you got the chance to check that out. I'm going to make this week's market prep as quick as possible because I don't want you to get sick of me. All right, so last week I had thought that all three of the indices would close green. I thought we'd get a pop there. I didn't know how much, but I thought they would. And I was right in ES, but so close in the other two. So what's going to happen this week? Well, I've got some levels. I do think we're going to close the week green again, but I'm not going to say it's going to be drama-free. Might not be. So I'll talk about the levels and my plan when we get to those charts. And I did also think that silver would show relative strength against gold. And even though they both pooped last week, that is still true. Silver kind of pooped less than gold. And I thought that oil would start to fade and go down. And that was not the case. But I do think this week it's going to be the case again. I'm going to be looking for pops to short. So I'll show you on the chart there what I'm going to do. And with that said, let's talk charts. You ready? Whoop. All right. Okay. So quick. All right. This is the yearly chart. You can see quite the bounce from last week. And I'm just going to say on the monthly chart, we have one more day left above 4402. It's still okay, even though it's below the MA. If it's above the MA, which right now is 4449, even better. Okay, better. All right, let's look at the weekly. Okay, so I did this so I could be quick. So if we're above 4380, then we're okay. What was 4280 last week is now 4265. That's my buy or die level. But we can go all the way down to 4183. In fact, we can always go lower. But this would be my oh no level, okay, 4183. But buy or die is 4265. Above 4380, it's okay. Above 4460, it's better. Then it's got a little bit of resistance at 4521, and then above this 4649, which I don't know or don't think we're going to get to this week, moonbeams, okay? But my plan basically this week is I hope that we poop early in the week, and then all of the bears are like, you guys got trapped, and then we go up from there. So my plan is if we poop early in the week, and it doesn't have to be Sunday night, but Monday, Tuesday, I'll buy it. I just really don't want it to go below this buy or die. This would be a higher low if it got there, okay? So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Now, if it goes up first, it can come back down, but I don't want it to go much below. Well, depending on how far it gets. Let's say if it gets above 4460, before it starts to go down, then it's going to look a little bit like a dire. But 4521 is sort of intermediate resistance. If it goes there before it has any chance to go down at all, no drama up to there, then that's going to look like we're probably going to close in this area. So just follow me on Twitter for interim updates, but that's what I'm watching now. Even though we are above this 50 MA on the weekly, we are not above these MAs on the daily. Okay, so that's why I closed out my futures position, which is extremely leveraged, at the end of Friday. I was actually long in Q all day Friday. But so you see why I did that though? Look at ES. It's right. See, we got to this bottom MA, the 50, but we didn't quite get above it. And look at this. This is obviously resistance. I hope we go lower first so I can buy it. But if it goes straight up, that's fine. We can do that too. Then it's just going to be a little more cautious for me. Okay. All right. Now let's look at NASDAQ. Oh my goodness. So last week I did the measured move here from falling out of the channel. And what do you know? If you bought the 13837 with me, yay, because it pretty much only went down a little bit from there and then boop, de boop, up. Okay. And I do want to talk about, I watch overnight future. Well, sometimes I'm in overnight, right? But the reason I brought up on Friday that we kept selling off is if you notice, we kept getting to these dire levels on all the indices overnight, and then we'd get saved and then we would sell them off. So you have to think like an international trader. And if the US does that to you 2 times in a row where you buy their dip and then they sell it, they're not going to do it a 3rd time generally, right? They're going to try and then be like, you know what? You guys freaking save yourselves. I've had enough. So that's why I felt pretty confident on Friday in buying the dip. I figured it was the buy or die. So that's what I did. I bought and then I sold at the end of the day. See what I mean? Same thing here on the daily. Quite an obvious horizontal line there. So that's kind of why I was like, you know, and we're not quite up to this MA. We're not quite above this line here. This was very good, by the way. I'm kind of disappointed. Now I added this blue line, but I'm kind of disappointed in myself for not tweeting this because I thought about it. I thought about it because it was right here. It was right here. Whatever. Anyway, can't tweet them all, guys. Can't tweet them all. Anyway, so these are the levels that I'm watching on the daily. I would like it not to get all the way back here, but it certainly can. And that would be the buy or die level of NQ. That's on the daily, not weekly, right? But it's a higher low barely at 13767. That's if we're to get there on, let's see, Monday. Okay. If it dips on Monday, that's the level to watch. And that's like, please don't, because we already have enough wicks here, in my opinion. Okay. So above 14562, it's going to start to look much more like it's going to test this 15123. All right. Now let's look at the small caps. Saved here. These are the pivots I'm watching above 1952. Okay. Above this 2062, it's probably going to go to this next line. Don't know if it'll all happen next week, but that's what I'm thinking. Okay, I've moved the robot line down a little bit from here. So now this will be the resistance above this robot line, which I did not label yet. And it will be like, all right, let's go. It's going to squeeze, I think, up to the rocket line if it's above here. Okay, now let's look at ARK. Okay, so I bought at this pink line here, around there. Okay, I bought one scale before that, and then I added here this pink line. And so look at this volume last week. This looks to me to be buying, because generally speaking, I mean, that's a lot of volume. Look at that, right? And that's not a very big candle. So that means buying, because if it were, yeah, okay, I don't know if I explained that right, but the smaller the candle is compared to the size of the volume candle, yes. The smaller the price candle is compared to the size of the volume candle, the more likely it is that that is a change in direction, okay? I don't know if I explained it right, but you figure it out. It's easy. So I labeled this to above 74.36 LFG line. Yo. Okay, but this 6212, which I hope it doesn't hit, that's a ew, right? Below that. I mean, it could. Oh, but no, not going to be happy. So looking to potentially scalp where are we to get above 74.36 again. Okay. I mean, add, okay. So let's look at Tesla. So I actually bought this line here. And then of course, the next day we dipped a little more. And here's what I'm thinking. If we get above 856.22, this is a fakey, breaky, shaky, bakey. They are getting rid of everybody who sort of bought where this is, once we get back above these lines, okay, it tends to go whoop, 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 okay, especially this one because it's looking like crap. Now, this is the daily chart, not the weekly, so I'd have to amalgamate this to see the volume here, but doesn't matter. I'm going to follow price action. I'm unbothered above 856.22, and it looks really freaking good, but it has to do that. Another reason I closed out on Friday, it didn't do that. I look at other things besides the indices to figure stuff out. This is Bitcoin above the ambulance line. Yay. Oh, I had said a long setup last week was basically like using the low as a stop, but once we regained the low, of course, right? But anyway, we back tested this ambulance line, 35676 above. It's okay. Below, it's not okay. That is my current thinking. And I think we'll go here as long as we stay above this. Okay, so let's look at Ethereum. Okay, same dealio as Bitcoin. And really though, it needs to get through two levels of resistance now. 2835, okay, that's just looking at tomorrow. And then this 2960.78 is really the key line. Okay, so above that, it's still got another layer, which is this pink line, depending on when it gets there. And then it's really super okay once it's above this next pink line. But it's got two big layers to get through before I think it'll go up here. Okay, or it will go down. right? Below this and back. All right. Now let's look at Doge. I'm kind of disappointed, guys, because I really thought that crypto might rip this weekend. And yeah, so far it really hasn't done that. Maybe it'll do that by the time I publish the video, make me look like a jerk, but I'm okay with that. Anyway, as long as it's trying so hard to get above these MAs, and I think the next time it does it, it will be spectacular, but so far no bueno. We're still kind of just floating along this bottom MA, just flirting with it, just consolidating. And I've got support depending on when it gets there at the 1169 area or above. If there's any kind of interim scalp opportunities, I'll let you know on Twitter. Let's look at GDX. Not happy at all with GDX because it's making triple bottom, not a bottom. Does that mean it's going down? Not necessarily, okay? The reason I say triple bottoms, not bottoms, is not because it'll necessarily go below that, but because that's not what I would consider a bottom. That's what I would consider support. So if it gets below this, and it's really right at my pivot again, 28.79 level, it is probably going at least to 26.72. And then below that, let me put that in. Below that, there is a sort of a, I'm going to say that's the buy or die level, because look at this. When I horizontally put, yeah, that's, it better hold there. But below 28.79, I think it's going to 26.72. If it can get back above this key level this week, I don't know if it can or not, but if it can, that would be very bullish, because that would be like, haha, fooled you, but it looks dire as of right now, and I'm not happy about that. All right, let's look at gold. Okay, so we closed the week. I was hoping that we would close the week. I did scalp gold and silver on Friday because I was hoping that we would get some kind of strength going on with the indices. But we did close the week just under this key area of 1788.9. The next support below that this week is 1767. And I mean, it's, not a huge amount of volume for the size of the candle. So it looks like, the people who sold it hard, but there wasn't that much selling. So it's still ultimately consolidation. It's, is this a bear sandwich? Yes, it is. But do bear sandwiches always work? No, they do not. So the key, I think, again, will be to close the week, if you're bullish, above 1788.9. If we get down to the 1767 level, consider buying. All right, let's go to silver. Okay, see what I mean? This candle is not as dire as the gold weekly candle, but same levels here again. Let me just make this weekly bigger. Really, we're not super bullish until we're above here. Let me put the buy level in. I always think I'm prepared, but I'm not. Okay, so if silver, and I hope not, because so far, even though it looks a little dire, we're having higher lows, okay? But the buy the effing dip would be at 21.87 this week. If it gets back above 23.45, and yay. As a matter of fact, I think we're going to go to the key. Then we'll worry about everything as they come, but 23.45 this week is 23.11 is okay. It's probably going here. That's a good scalp. And then above here, it's going to go to the key, I think. Okay. But right now below the MAs, not great. It's more of a hope trade at this point, which it's okay. It's got higher lows, but it's not looking great. All right. It's not high confidence. Anyway, let's look at oil and XOP. This is oil. So I started shorting oil this past week. So my plan was sort of on every pop. I sort of took scalps and then, took profit and then sort of set break evens. So Friday I took the short pretty high up here actually. And then my plan was to add, if we got to this 89.23, I was going to double it. But we didn't get there yet. So if it does get there this next week, then actually it's going to need to get a little higher. I think if it goes up there, I think, yeah. Okay. So, look at that. So the levels I'm watching on the high side to short, by the way, because I'm a little degenerate, is 89.23, which was the measured move, although we did get super close, and then 90.23 if we get above that, because I think we're just going to need a little bit of a higher wick than this. This is not high enough above for me to make it seem toppy. Anyway, my plan again is to try and short oil this week on any pop. and or potentially just in general. I'll have to see how it looks, but that's my plan. Now, if we're looking at XOP, we had a great week in XOP again. What the F? Anyway, above this 109.12, then I think it's going to go to the top of the channel again. Okay, so above 109.12 on the XOP, and probably will abort my oil short. Does that make sense? I hope so. Or my oil short bias. Okay, let's look at NASDAQ. Oh my God, what in the world? I had the best week, y'all. I had the best week. I did not share it with anybody who did not see it on YouTube because screw those people. Anyway, look at this. So I actually did close out my my leveraged natty position because I was in Boyle and I was in the futures, although the mini futures because I'm not crazy. Okay, well, a little bit. Anyway, I had a few of them, but anyway. I closed it out because even though we closed here at the top of the channel, you never know what Natty's going to do over the weekend. The snowstorm in the New England area and all across whatever was very widely publicized. It's kind of like Captain Freaking Obvious. So my plan this week is to watch and then potentially buy again if we get down to this 407 area. I would really like that. That would be awesome. And but if you're somebody who thinks this is going to go to the moon and it happens to get down this 4.39 area, you know, this is the kind of thing where I think it's going to 8. Okay, as long as it stays above 4, I think it's going to 8. So, you know, it could be the kind of thing where if you're along the same lines that I am, I don't know, a little crazy, you know, what I might do is sort of, okay, get back in a not leveraged way. And then if it dips, go back in leveraged. You know what I mean? So that's the way I'm going to handle that. Let's look at Joe Coffey. All right, looks better because we closed back above the 9 MA. Even though we closed down for the week, we're still back above this top MA here. So it's looking okay. It's looking okay here. Let me see. For this week, bottom of the channel is 58.77, still bullish to that area. Okay. Yup. And the top of the channel is 70.08. I'm swinging it. I don't care. You know, like just go up or go down. I'll add more if it goes down. If it goes up, then yay. All right, whatever. That's my plan. That's it. Okay. Oh my God. Make myself big. Thank you again so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel and liking my videos. I super appreciate it. And I will see you on the interwebs. I really adore you. Okay. Bye.